Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. As Philip and Kate scramble to do damage control, Sarah confronts them, then runs straight to Xander. On today's Days of Our Lives, Marlena gets off the phone with Shane in front of the Brady pub as Kayla and Steve show up. She's trying to get in touch to tell him about her conversation with Kat. Kayla advises going through Kimberly to get in touch with Shane. Steve wonders what's so important to tell John, and Marlena tells them about John's heroism with Katharina. They're thrilled to hear it. It was because of John that she lived, Marlena says with a smile. Kayla heads to the hospital, leaving Marlena and Steve to keep each other company in the pub. Marlena opens up about how tired she is of cooking for one. She knows she talks about gratitude with her patients and focusing on what they have, instead of don't, but she's struggling. He asks if she heard from John over the holidays, but all she got was an order of strawberries and whipped cream on Christmas Day. She asks if he's safe, but Steve admits he knows nothing. Shane wouldn't tell even him about what John was doing. I'm getting the feeling that he is slipping farther and farther away, Marlena laments. Chad awkwardly greets Kat in the Horton Square, when she tells him that she's staying in Salem for the foreseeable future. Aaron's got enough credits to graduate early, so he's staying up in Vancouver with their mom, while Kat came home to look after Felicity until she graduates. Chad, I hope this isn't going to be a problem for you. Felicity needs her, and it's not up to Chad to tell her where to live. Kat thanks him and promises to keep her distance. Don't worry, Chad says, Salem is plenty big for the both of them. He just wants to put the whole thing behind him. So does Kat, as she reconnects with Felicity. Chad asks about where she'll work, and she says she's got an interview with Marlena, much to her surprise. Chad tells Kat that Marlena is the least judgmental person he knows, and she is the queen of second chances. Maggie catches Xander glaring at the portrait of Victor and asks him how his first day with Philip at Titan was. Miserable, Xander growls. When he found out he was Victor's son and his dad trusted him to run Titan over everyone else, it was incredible. Then Philip swept that all away. Maggie points out that he still has his birthright, but now he just has to share it. Philip is the worst, Maggie. He just wishes he could get rid of Philip, once and for all. Maggie worriedly asks him about doing anything rash, but Xander promises he would never do anything that would separate him from Sarah and Victoria. Maggie notes that's not a no. She tells him that Victor loved both him and Philip dearly, despite Xander's misgivings. Xander brings up the story of Cain and Abel, prompting Maggie to ask if he wants to be forever marked and banished from his family like Cain. She's not losing another member of the family, so he better not do anything stupid. Xander gripes about the will and the letter and Maggie tells him the court settled it. The partnership won't be easy, but for everyone's sake, you will learn to work together. Like you and Alex, Xander asks. Maggie sighs. Wow. After, he apologizes saying he didn't mean it, but Maggie shrugs. Sure you did. But she's not easily offended, and her and Alex's tenure at Titan was a cautionary tale. If Xander and Philip get along, though, they could break the Kuriaki's curse. After some prodding, Xander promises to try getting along with his brother. Anything for my favorite mother-in-law. That's good enough for Maggie to leave him, but Xander sighs afterwards that he has a feeling Philip won't let him keep that promise. Over in the hospital, Stephanie breaks the news to Sarah that Philip's letter from Victor is a fake. Philip has no business being co-CEO to begin with. She breaks down the scheme with Vivian and Philip's confession. If she'd known any of this was fake, she never would have helped Philip. She came to the hospital to talk to her mom, but found Sarah instead and knew she had to tell her. Stephanie and Philip are over, she says, but how does Sarah think Xander will take the news? Sarah dazedly admits she doesn't know, then leaves looking shocked. Stephanie checks her messages and listens to the one Philip left asking her to keep quiet. She deletes it. Well, too late. Stephanie tells Kayla that she and Philip broke up. He hasn't changed. Kayla asks what happened, but Stephanie tells her it's best she doesn't know the truth. But she saw the Kuriaki's side of Philip, and it made her sick. Back at Titan, Kate arrives asking what Philip wanted to talk about. He tells her about Steph overhearing the two of them on the phone about the phony letter. Stephanie's hurt and angry, he says, and he doesn't think she'll keep quiet. God, those Bradys, they're very judgy. I know, I'm married to one. She asks what he's doing to fix this, but Philip doesn't know where Stephanie is. He knows if this comes out, he's a dead man, quite literally. Kate points out that Stephanie wouldn't be so upset if she didn't care, which means once she has a chance to breathe, he can talk reason into her. He laments that he roped Steph and Belle in too, and it coming out could ruin everyone's lives. That's when Sarah shows up to tell them she knows everything. Philip and Kate try playing dumb, and she tells them exactly what she knows about the letter and how. Philip guesses she hasn't told Xander yet. No, she knows when she does tell her husband, Philip's life is over. So Kate proposes a solution. How about you just don't tell Xander? That would protect both Philip and Xander, and keep Sarah's husband from resorting to violence. They yell back and forth over who Victor's favorite son was. Kate and Victor planned to conceive a son to take over his legacy, and that was clearly Philip. The son in question asks Sarah what she's doing there instead of with Xander. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel.